Hey Kiss Squad, thank you so much for clicking onto this video, and if you're new here, welcome. Please make sure to subscribe and become a part of the Kiss Squad. My name is Jay, also known as KissFromJay, and today you guys, I'm here with my husband Cairo. We are going to be digging into some things. This video is about a video that I actually posted recently. I titled it, Ishowspeed's tour is breaking every myth about Africa. There was so many different comments of people that kind of felt a type of way when it comes to Black Americans and how they view Africa through the lens of Ishowspeed, and kind of felt like they should have been known all of the things that he's already shown. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be actually responding to some of y'all comments that we see here in the video. So let's get right into it. This comment here says, there is something I don't understand. Americans are either they love being ignorant or lazy to learn new things. Why do you always wait for people to deceive you with wrong information about Africa when Google is full of information about Africa? Not only that, on all platforms, it's easy to ask questions and be answered by real Africans. What's the fake excuse? Shame on you all. So what's your response to that?
I feel that school is where we should originally learn all this stuff. So I understand people who get frustrated if a person doesn't do independent research. But truthfully, if you drop your kids into school for 12 hours a day, and what are they learning there? The fact that so many people don't know the world outside of the structure that they're in, I think it's interesting that we spend a lot of time arguing with people or getting mad at somebody that doesn't look outside of their world. Because when I've been to Africa also, and the Caribbean and different places, the people out there ain't looking at the world either. They don't really care about anything but what's going on in their immediate environment. So, I mean, I don't like, when I meet people who don't know things, I kind of like to come from a more educational standpoint. I think some people are more confrontational, and that's what kind of gets me.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I kind of feel like, okay, so when I was younger and growing up in school, being in the States, it was almost as if it was somewhat of like an embarrassment to be African in a way because of what people portrayed on TV, which I had explained in my last video. I would never be ashamed of being African. I grew up in a full African household, which I still am in. My full, like, all of my family speak Quilakwa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've definitely been to Liberia before, because I know somebody in the comments had asked me that. Have you even been to Liberia? Yes, I have. But yeah, it's so crazy. So I feel like a lot of Black people were kind of pushed away from wanting to be called Africans, because back then it was used as a way to like disgrace you and whatnot. And I feel like that's why a lot of people kind of turned away from even learning anything about it, because after that whole kind of era of like downsizing Africa to Black Americans, nothing else really emerged to really show them anything different. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this whole thing with Speed going out there and really showing people different parts of Africa that look absolutely stunning has really changed their mindset of what they thought was actually true. Because since they kind of had it glued in their mind that that's what it was, they never really turned around to look back, since nothing else ever like made them think otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and a lot of this video, we're going to address the FBA situation, Foundational Black Americans, that's coming up. I just want to state for the record that I know they'll probably call me a tether, but I'm half FBA and my mom is half Caribbean. So, and I'm married to an African woman, and I know African culture too. So I kind of fall in between where I can see everybody's point of view. I know just about everybody's point of view, but I figure that's good to announce, because I know a lot of people that's on that side will look at the video and to start questioning where this person from, where that person from. So off top, got a little bit of both.
Yeah, so we actually got married in Liberia in December 2024, and I had the Liberia series for anyone that wants to be able to go and watch it. But I do want to state real quick that I really do appreciate all the love and support that has been coming in from the comments. I really do appreciate all of y'all. Sure. Thank y'all so much to all of the new subscribers. I definitely appreciate y'all. And yeah, so let's move on to the next comment. So this one says, stop the BS. It's a fake stage propaganda attempt to revive Pan-Africanism. Stop the narrative that Black Americans are stupid. We have not thoroughly vetted and researched these places before starting to go over to the continent. The Black Americans Are Stupid tour is going to blow up in y'all faces. The traveling minstrel show is Ishowspeed is actually buffoonery that Black Americans look down upon. It's really weird how tethers cannot read the room when it comes to Black Americans. FBA today, FBA forever, leave us alone. What's your take on that?
I wouldn't say it's a minstrel show. I mean, there could be an incentive behind him doing, this actual series and whatnot. I think it does, though, introduce a lot of people who don't know and are not traveled. Just like I said originally in the first comment, or the first situation that I just brought up. A lot of people are just concerned with their world, because if you look on TikTok, there are Black Americans or FBAs who don't know about Africa. And then if you listen to a lot of people that are in the FBA movement talk about Africa, you won't want to learn about it, because everything is tethered this, tethered that, and things of this nature. I think there needs to be a more mature way of looking and learning about these different contents. Not only for us learning about Africa, but also Africans learning about Black Americans, because a lot of people don't know a lot of patents, a lot of inventions, a lot of what is in the entire America over here came from the so-called Black Americans, so and a lot of people, when they think of America, they think of it as a white country, which is not the case. So we're coming out now and speaking a lot more about the Black history here, and you'll be surprised to know how many Africans, because I've been over there and talked to a lot of them, they don't know that we do anything over here but rap and play basketball and football and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like when it comes to that, I don't really know too much to say, because, yeah.
And Pan-Africanism, and that's true. At one point in time, that's what I was going to talk about. At one point in time, we were on the Pan-African movement because we were taught that we were slaves. And we was taught that our whole existence came from being took from over there and dropped over here. And a lot of us are learning something new. But like I said, as we're all learning it. The Black Americans are learning it, and the Africans are learning it at the same time too. We ran with that from since the 60s, since the Black Panthers, that we all was in the Pan-African frame of mind and thought. So FBA is new. They're just going to have to give people time to learn it.
Okay. So next comment, this one says, Black Americans have no excuse not to know. They have access to better technology and infrastructures that literally cannot allow them to not know about the world. How the F do we Africans know more about them and the world more than they do? It's because we want knowledge and information to know what's happening and what's happened. No excuse for them. I'm sorry to whoever is angry, but I'm saying the truth.
I would like to know what history that person knows. That's a male or a female,
I mean, I'm not really sure.
I would like to know, because does your history about this country come from McGraw-Hill textbook, which is the textbooks that come from the public school system, because that wasn't the right history. It's the same way where if you ask most Africans about their country's origin, a lot of them, like when I talk to certain Nigerians, they don't even know how Nigeria started, and a lot of them don't know I know somebody who doesn't know their birthday. That's from there, and they in their 50s and stuff like that, basically look like to be. So a lot of time during colonialism, Africans were given a new identity too. So I like to know what history you're running with, because truthfully, there's the real history and there's a history we all given and run with based upon that.
So the next comment that I actually see here says, US and Canada, they not rich. You built the country off African money. You not rich. You was robbing the game, robbing the whole world. I need that money, or we... You is emergency. We need it. We need it. Child.
And once again, when they talk like you talking to the citizens, like the citizens came.
Yeah, it's like
y'all talking about the government, but y'all address the citizens like the citizens are the government. That's funny how that's done.
I mean, honestly, y'all, there's most of the comments kind of really just say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? More so about the fact that why is it that when Speed comes here, you're now wanting to know about Africa, or you're just amazed, and it's coming off as they're just saying that Black Americans are ignorant because of it. When, like I said before, it's more so because of how it was portrayed. For me, that definitely was not a true scenario in my mind, because I already know, you know what I'm saying? Both my mom and my dad, my whole family, I was the first one in my family born in America. You know, so I grew up in a house full of African people. Them, I didn't know how to speak good English like how I'm speaking now until I actually got into the schools and learned from friends that I made and teachers and stuff like that. If I never went to like a American school, honey, it would have been straight Quiliqua all day, you know, and I could speak both fluently. But yeah, it's just the fact of people just feeling like they didn't have a need to know, because it didn't seem like it was ever going to be a reason to care. And I know a lot of African people are saying, but they didn't really care to even like look up or anything like that. Like, you have the access to the internet. I understand that people do have the access to the internet, but just because you have the access to the internet doesn't mean that you're going to just go looking for any and anything, like every and anything. You're going to look for things that you're actually trying to find and things that interest you. Now that Ishowspeed has done what he's did with this like Africa World Tour that's still going on, like, it's opening the mind of so many people to want to be able to explore. Now that they have, like I told some people in the comments, out of sight, out of mind, now that it's actually in sight, they're going to have like the imagination, or they're going to have just the want and the need to be able to like desire to research and find more and want to be able to explore more. People travel all over the world and they be like missing Africa. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that he was able to shine this light on Africa, no matter like what time period it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that it's happening regardless of how it makes anyone feel. So I'm just happy that Africa is getting the light it's always deserved.
And understand that the media is the greatest propaganda machine. So a lot of people are mad at each other in the comments, but really that shows you how powerful the media is, because they gave us these images. I appreciate it because honestly, this traveling is being done from a masculine perspective. How many times we see females travel and all they want to do is go to the resorts and show you the beach and show them shopping for clothes. I really seeing like the way he's presenting it. He's showing you nice things, but he's also out there mingling with the regulars, and that's something that you don't see when a lot of people go and go to these places. They don't really mingle with the regular people and make it look exciting. Every scene is looking exciting and interesting, and I'm not even really watching it. She's watching it, and I'm just looking
I'm
over her phone,
excited. You know what I'm saying?
Checking it out from there. And that's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing he's showing places like when I go to, for instance, I don't travel like how women travel. When I travel to mainly do business, try to look at land, things of this nature. But I go mingle amongst the locals. I don't go to resorts. I go and get Airbnbs where everybody else is. Can that be dangerous? Yeah, but I want to see what the real people are like. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of these vlogs are missing. It's important for us to tell our story and have our own representatives tell this story. And that's what I like about what he's doing. I like because he's doing regular things. He's not overhyping it. He's showing you reality. When you see him getting mobbed by people, that's reality, you know. And but I don't see how everybody's trying to paint it like this, like he's getting treated bad over there, because there are some people saying that he's being disrespected and things of this nature.
I don't really think there's people I didn't see anything about anybody saying he's being disrespected in Africa. That was the European tour. I didn't even watch that one. This is the first tour that he's done. I didn't even watch the American tour, to tell you how much I didn't really care too much, because I know about America already. I was excited to see the Africa tour. And when I seen a couple of videos that were talking about the tours, like the difference between the European tour and the Africa tour. He was being disrespected. They was throwing like bananas at him and stuff like that, you know, like doing stuff like that. And they was showing how when he went to the Africa tour, they was embracing him, which I absolutely love, because that's really how African people are. We're gonna embrace you, especially like you coming to the country and you actually being able, like I was able to see a freaking news thing from Kenya just showing how millions of people were able to actually like be able to see what's going on in Kenya. Like, so many people have their eyes on all these different places that usually wouldn't even be in the spotlight like that. And that's what I love about it. It's not just one certain area. When people think about Africa, the first thing they go to, I'd be hoping that they would say Liberia, and they don't even be saying Liberia. They go straight to Nigeria. That'd be like the main thing. When people in America, they put on the accent, they do straight Nigerian accent. Like, there's no other accent that they even know, because they don't know anything else. And this whole tour has really shined a light on the entire continent, not just one country. You know what I'm saying? So I love that so much.
I will say though, there is a faction, like I said, that is presenting it. They catching all the little drama tidbits and enhancing that. But even somebody that I seen do a video on that was saying everywhere he went, he ran into issues with people, just like you mentioned. In certain other places, there was disrespect. So, like I said, there is a propaganda arm that wants to make it look bad, and that's because a lot of people are saying now that Black Americans are finding out that, you know, there is a different origin point of our history. A lot of them don't want us looking over at Africa and saying that, you know, we looked at that area for a long time trying to help them, and they don't want to be helped. That's that kind of thinking that some people have over here. Like, we have to, you know, get centered on America and what's going on here. Truthfully, to tell you the truth, though, don't nobody really need help from each other. Everybody has to deal with their own government. We, as Black over here in America, have to deal with our own government, and the same thing with Africans. No other nation can really uplift another nation. It's really on a level where the people there have to recognize. And another thing is, we all got these phones now. So that's why when I talk to a lot of Africans, I tell them, you're in a global market. If you have a smartphone, there isn't no reason why you really should be broke. Just like you can say, well, there's no reason for us to be ignorant. There's no reason for them to be broke either, because you're in a global market where you can find a hustle and go nationwide or go worldwide with it. Forget that. They're distracted too. When you watch a lot of what Nigerians watch, they watch a lot of Nollywood. They watch a lot of the goofy comedy that they laugh at over there. If they put 15, 20 minutes, 1 hour into improving their thinking and education, they can uplift too. So really, it's not an excuse for anybody. Anybody who's on a lower level of thinking, that's where you want to be. You just have to do better amongst yourself.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But yeah, man, so I feel like most of the comments kind of were like alignment of either Black American or ignorance or just showing love. And I appreciate every comment because it's engagement, and that's what I'm trying to get here on YouTube. I'm trying to grow, so please make sure y'all subscribe. You feel me? But yes, man, so thank y'all so much for just being here. If you feel any type of way or you just want to explain yourself or anything, please make sure to just write a comment, because we'll love to read it. I definitely appreciate y'all.
I'll be in the comments getting mixy. You'll see indigenous more.
Oh, and I think also, just right quick, I feel like, I don't know what's going on with this. I just recently heard about this White Speed. Oh my God, this White Speed. He's some boy that popped up in the American tour. I had to look at a video to actually find out like where this even started from. Apparently it started when Speed did the American tour. This person that calls himself the White Speed now. Apparently there was a White Speed before he went away. So now there's a new White Speed. And so he ended up seeing Speed for the first time, and he ended up following him from like state to state or something like that. And now that Speed is in Africa, he ended up going all the way to Africa. So they call it they call it stream snipe or something like that, where you pop up on someone when they're streaming in real life. Yeah, they call it like stream snipe or something like that. I don't know.
Like him? He's trying to look like him too, or he just
he don't look like him, child.
Because they had that African that looked like him over there. I saw that.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Superstars Johnny. He was so freaking dope. I absolutely loved him. And then the sisters, a lot of y'all, thank y'all so much to the ones that commented to let me know about the sisters. They lit too. Thank y'all so much for that. I appreciate y'all.
And shout out to the person in the comments that put Woda Maya name, because Woda Maya would have been doing it for a long time. And yeah, he's put on for Africa. And I think, what's Woda Maya, Nigerian, or
I'm not
he's
sure.
a little short, dark-skinned dude. He speaks Chinese. I know. I found out about him because he went over to China to look at their factories and stuff. He's speaking Chinese with them and stuff. But
wow, that's dope.
Yeah, he put on. He went all around Africa, and so when a lot of FBA guys talk about people getting problems, he got problems traveling to certain countries because they didn't want him showing certain parts. So it happens to everybody. There's disrespectful people. Please, people, there's disrespectful people around the world. No matter what country you go to, you're going to run into the assholes of every culture. They there, you know. So, you know, don't try to make it a one ethnicity thing. It's not that. It's always going to be people. There's cool people, and I think as time goes on, people are mixing and enjoying each other's company, and I think that's where the world is going. They're not going backwards.
But I'm excited, y'all. I was so geeked to see. South Africa is so lit. I have to go to South Africa one time, to several different places. And he was in Kenya today. So if you seeing this video and y'all know he was in Kenya today, then you know what day it is. But yeah, I don't even know which one is my favorite. I have so many like favorite different countries that I done seen already, just all in the mix of it. Like, I love it. But I'm still super excited for him to go to Liberia, because honey, yes, and Nigeria and Ghana. I'm excited for that. And I'm actually really excited about him going to Ivory Coast and Egypt. I think that would be so dope to be able to see that. Like, I can't wait to see like the people. And when I be saying like I'm so excited to see it, I'm excited to see the people. I'm excited to see like the places that people do not show. You know, like, I'm excited to see all of that. I'm geeked about it all. I really, really am. Yes, y'all. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I definitely appreciate y'all. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all on the next one.
Bye.